This is Drodpoet, and you're watching Tampa's Talent.
AK, and for any brave soul in the residence window would climb, he had a black rhino how to tiptoe Tech 9 and doing crime, and his mind was fine. Pulled his first homicide just after he turned 9. Caught a dude that was pimping his mom's, shot him 5 times. Saw the fear in his eyes.
Thank you for doing this. I've been trying to have you on for a while now.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure.
Now tell everybody what you do.
I am the poetry ambassador for Tampa Bay. I've been here doing spoken word poetry for 20 years, a member of the Black on Black Rhyme Poetry Troupe, also a member of the Lyrical Aspirations Poetry Troupe. We are the largest poetry troupe here in the Southeast in the United States, and we expand all the way out to Abu Dhabi. Shout out to my man Paul D. And just really try to keep the vibe and the spirit of spoken word here in Tampa that I was blessed with when I arrived back in 2001.
2001 is when you started, or
Correct.
Exposed to it?
2001 is when I started. That's when we first started Black on Black Rhyme Tampa,
Right.
like on September 18th, 2001.
Wow. Okay, and what got you into it?
Honestly, music. I grew up in New York. I'm originally from Queens, New York, Cambridge Heights. And of course, you know, with my friends from high school, went to high school in Brooklyn Tech, and we used to rhyme, we used to battle, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, one day I was sleeping and I had this rhyme in my head, and I got up, like the spirit moved me to get up, and I got up and I started writing it out. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this is not a song. You know, there's no hooks, there's no. It was different.
Right.
And my brother Jason Rodney, thank you, bro. He brought me out to a spot in Brooklyn called Brooklyn Moon in Fort Greene, and it was a spoken word spot, open mic. It was my first time in that experience, and I felt like, oh, this is it. Like the vibe was just everything. So when I moved down here, I didn't really find any type of spot, and I was performing at HCC.
Okay.
And Wally B and JB, who are two of the members of the Conscious Party who started Black on Black Rhyme Tampa, they approached me and asked me to take part in the Bay Area competition. So that was how everything started. I did the competition. I won. I was like one of the few two-time winners of the Bay Area competition.
That's excellent.
And since then, I've grown to the point where now I'm one of the co-hosts for Poetry Is, which is the only spoken word radio show on the air in the state of Florida. So we've been running now with the show for 19 years. I've been with them now for 12 years, going on to my 13th year. And it's just a blessing because that was started by Liz Straight. Shout out, Liz. And it was really just creating a platform for spoken word to be heard more mainstream and spread it out there. So it's a community-based radio station, so it's not commercial-based.
Yes, I love it.
So you don't hear like the same 5 songs on it, 20 times a day.
Right.
Because of that, the programmers, we're all volunteers, so nobody gets paid. We all do this for volunteers just to help spread the art.
Peace and blessings, folk. It's your poetry ambassador, Drodpoet, and I'm here live at WMNF. We just drove.
We're able to cultivate playlists and share artists that we know here personally and locally, as well as national artists to help really spread the therapy that spoken word provides.
I'm going to ask him to switch gears. Can you freestyle a little bit for us?
Can I freestyle? Okay. What do you want me to freestyle about?
Springtime.
Springtime? Okay. The morning rose slowly like the equinox. I found myself a new Easter, and the eggs that I dug up from the grasses were thoughts I laid ago long ago. I now find the time that in the sunrise I can stand in the sunshine, and as the rain comes down, it's Florida. So the sun and the rain, they coincide. Sometimes they coincide and collide, and you can have a sunny side on this side of the street and rain on the other, and you can walk from one to another. And in this, I am blessed by the water as it comes down from heaven. See, I am blessed. It is the springtime, and the flowers are now blooming. I can see the scent in the air, and I feel unfortunate for those with allergies because the pollen doesn't bother me. But see, I love the smell of flowers. How a fresh blossom can expand in my mind, and the scent can take me back to a time when it wasn't so stressed, when it wasn't the discontent of winter, when it wasn't the burn of summer and the fall upon my shoulders. It was so much for the autumn for me to bear. So now I can just understand and not grow like a plant in the spring.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your talent, for your gift. It really is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything that you would like to offer, anything that you'd like to say to people watching you?
Oh, definitely, guys. If you guys definitely want to check it out, Poetry is each and every Sunday night, 7 to 8 p.m. on 88.5 WMNF Tampa. But we broadcast worldwide online via the WMNF app, or you can just go to WMNF.org. And here's a plus. Each and every show is archived all week long, so you guys can play it for yourselves on demand. And we take submissions from artists, man. We do interviews with artists, poet laureates, local artists, national artists. We've had everybody from Joy Harjo, which is the poet laureate for the entire United States,
Wow.
to Bobby O'Doon, who is one of the members of the Last Poets. We just had him on a few months ago, and they were one of the pioneers of spoken word back in the 70s, alongside some of the greats like, of course, like Saul Williams, which actually came later. So I don't want to age you out like that, Saul. I apologize. But we really do like a wide variety of things. So we take submissions for that as well. And you can connect with us on Instagram at poetryiswmnf and send emails to poetryiswmnf@gmail.com. Peace and blessings. Oh, and you can find me at Drodpoet on Gmail as well. DRODPOET. Peace, love, and blessings. Love and life, peace and poetry.
Until next time, everybody.
Farewell on welfare wasn't in the government's plan, so it was up to this young boy to push to the position of man. Because even on sunny days, the storms would rain. And Mama and I used crack rocks to ease the pain, so we started slinging rocks in vain to keep Mama in supply. So no longer we should have to sell her body to niggas in the hood driving by.